Hey guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is basic jazz guitar improvisation concept. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So, what are we talking about today? How can there be a basic improvisation concept on jazz since we have so many different tunes with different chords? There are a few things which are the really basics, and we're going to talk about this today. It's going to be a specific build-up here. I wrote it down for you, 3 pages, and we're just going through this step by step. And the stuff seems to be very simple, but it's not. I just want to warn you, because one of the main topics in jazz guitar is a lot of people think I just need to play fast runs or whatever. But the main thing is, and that's what we're going to practice here, that you have a whole bunch of information, which is you need to follow all the time. You know which chord, the beat, which scale you're going to play, which chord, stuff like that. And that stuff has to be trained in a proper manner, that everything fits together. And once all these different information which are following you all the time, which you need to follow, or somehow under control, then you can start to be creative. And we're going to work out the basic fundamentals of how to do that. So let's get started. First thing, you need to set priorities. Which is the main priority in jazz? It's time and space, meaning form. So timing, beat, phrasing, and space. So you need to have a proper timing. This is the first thing. I have a backing track here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to work on your 2/4 feeling. Meaning that whatever you play it in 2/4 feeling. So you don't see my foot here, but your foot has to be always in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever you play, it's always in 2/4 feeling, because this pulls your phrasing automatically back. Because one of the biggest issues in jazz phrasing is that your phrasing is in front of the beat, which makes it sound hasty and stressed, you know. And with the 2/4 feel, you're pulling back your phrasing automatically, and everything comes nicely into place, you know, especially when you go to faster speeds. This is now 110. Then you cannot, you know, if you're on 240, you cannot, you know, do this with the foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first thing. Practice this first, and it takes 2 to 3 months till you're able to do this automatically, that this gives you stability in your playing. That's your foundation of your playing, this 2/4 feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your foundation, and this keeps you always on track. And the biggest thing which always happens, that your foot turns on 1/3. So really pay attention. As I said, it can happen to the best of us. It's not, but that's when you lose control of the timing. Mostly you notice that's when your foot turns on 1/3. So that's the first thing. So you have here a backing track, and just let it go with 2/4 feeling. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Good. Once this is done, you go to the next step. Now comes space, so the form. This track has a very simple form. It moves from F7 to B flat 7, 2 bars F7, 2 bars B flat 7. Now beside the 2/4 feel, you need to be able to react to this. So in the first exercise, you just play the root, the F and the B flat. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And probably you play one bar, you play the note, and the other bar not. This also helps you to learn how long a bar is. So one, I'll show you with the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, break. Oh, it's for 4 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. And so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It looks simple, but it isn't. These things have to come into place. So that was just hitting the note on beat 1. Now we're trying to make it more difficult. We play like quarter notes. I'll show you. Same thing again, but now instead of just laying down a note for 1 bar, we're playing the quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Break. It looks simple, but it isn't. I must admit, I didn't do that for quite a while, and I'm still on 2/4. You know, this stuff has to get into your guts. You know, that you always have this 2/5/4 feeling, and then everything goes automatically. Okay, so now we were playing just one note. Now we're gonna play chords and then 1 bar break. Okay, or let me see what the exercise is saying. Oh, good. So I'm using F9. I mean, the chord is very simple. Here we have the 7th fret, bar in the 8 over the G, B, and E string. That will be F9, and then D string, 6th fret, 7th fret on the G string, and 8 on the B and E string. That will be B flat, 9/13. We're taking these chords. So we're playing the chord on the first bar, second bar we don't play. Then again we play the chord, second bar we don't play. Okay, and then next time we do the other thing which we did before. So with the first bar we don't play, and then the second bar we play the melody. So in 1 bar we play the chord, next bar we play the melody, but we first practice this chord, break, and then break, melody, break, melody. So let's do this. I'll show you. All with foot on 2/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break. 2, 3, 4. Break. 2, 3, 4. Now the opposite. Break. Melody. Break. Melody. Break. Melody. Break. And now we mix it up. Chord. Melody. Chord. Melody. 1 chord. Melody. Chord. Melody. So see, is the level of difficulty already built up. Okay. So now the melody was really simple. Now we want to switch to scales. Which scales are we using here? That's not a problem in jazz. You can use several scales. In this case, in the case of a blues progression, you can use F blues. On the F7 you can use F mixolydian. On the B flat 7 you use B flat mixolydian. Now, which to choose is one problem, and the other problem is how do you make your phrasing laid back instead of being a front runner, which we want to avoid. And one of the main tricks is to have an accent on the offbeat. So when you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And this already gives you quite a knot in your brain. You have to do this with foot and 2, 4. That's quite hard, I must say. But that's how it will sound at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was just the F blues scale, up, down. Accent on the offbeat, and one trick which helps, just give an extra kick on the upstroke because that's the offbeat. So 1. You can choose any position you like. It's not really about positions here. It's about doing several things, complicated things in one at the same time. We have foot on 2, 4. Now we have a scale. We need to have the accent on the offbeat. That's really tough. The next will be on the that gets even harder. Now it's just one. When we're using the F blues scale, you can use that on both chords. When we go to mixolydian, you use either on one or the other chord. So on the F, you use the F mixolydian, and on the B flat, the B mixolydian. You do the same thing again with this now. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. B flat. 2, 3, 4. And so on. So each, from one exercise to the next, always something additional comes on top. So if your foundation is not working, you cannot succeed with everything which comes up more and more. You know, because that's what I said at the beginning. You have a whole bunch of information which is you need to follow all the time, and you're all with 2/4 feeling, and the 2/4 feeling, the foot and 2/4, this is going to set the foundation. Once you have this going on automatically, then your timing and phrasing is automatically in balance. Then you have more time to think about other things. So that's why 2/4 feel comes first, then comes the next, and then you can start, maybe now slowly we can start being creative, okay? What are we doing now? Now we're, instead of just laying down the chord, we're making a rhythm figure, and we're using the most common one. This is 1 and 2 and, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay? And even this stuff is easy. Always try to make the best music possible. What does that mean? In case of this here, we have the chord is played 2 times. 1, 1, 2. So on the long note, you could probably try to add an effect. I make this natural chorus. I press against the guitar and against the, and pull the guitar a little bit away. This is a chorus effect. So all with foot and 2/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. And so on. Let's do that with the backing track. 1, 2, 3. And so on. Good. Once you master this, now we're going to do, as before, on the second bar of the figure, we're going to do now soloing with the F blues scale, and we're doing the typical motivic answer question answer system. So we do something really simple, like this question for F and answer on B flat, something like that. So you need to have a motif going on and know where the chord is, and also hit the right bar. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, we do the second bar. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Answer. Pause. Now comes the answer. Pause. Answer. You're seeing where we're heading to. It's going to be fun. Good. Now we use the blues scale. We can also use the mixolydian. And on the mixolydian, we're doing one figure, something like this. And then we transpose the motif to the B flat mixolydian, which will be okay. So you need to now have the figure and transpose it. These all things you need to, you know, the information thing which always goes on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's the second bar. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really simple. Good. Now you see where we're going to. It's getting more information piling up, which you need to be able to instantly put on the fretboard. Next thing now, we're doing this motif. This one here. You don't see it here, but I'm telling you that this is the F, this is the A flat, this is the A back to F. So this is the root of F. The approach not to the triad, to the triad back to the F. And now we're doing the same thing on B flat on the root, approach not to the triad and back to the root. Okay, so now we have a different thing. We're soon finished. But it's really, these are the steps you need to work through if you want to have control on a jazz guitar improvisation concept. Okay, so first bar pause, and then the thing 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. Good. Once you have done this exercise, now we're putting everything together. Chord and melody, but with different types. We can do either blues scale or mixolydian, or mix it up. And at the end of the day, now we did the concept with first bar chord, second bar melody, third bar chord, fourth bar melody. But at the end of the day, you can mix this up, that you have control, as I said at the beginning, over time and space. So this is space now. Where do you gonna put the ingredients which you're having here in this improvisation? Where do you want to do them? But we end up with the final exercise of doing the chords and the melody. First I'm gonna do blues scale, second I'm gonna do mixolydian, and then I will do it freely, that you see where we're going to. Okay, I try to explain everything while I do it. So chord, blues scale, explosion. Now free. And so on. If you have practiced to set your foundation, then you will never drop out of the form. What I'm saying, you don't drop out of the space, you don't drop out of the timing, because that's the main thing in jazz. I mean, there are guys that play a few notes in this whole concept which follows all the time, and they sound great because they know exactly what they're doing. And this is the basic concept of jazz guitar improvisation. That you know where you are, what you're doing, and you hear what you want to do. That's the whole thing. Either with few notes, with many notes, whatever concept, but you need to have a concept that the whole thing some kind sticks together and gives a unity of a cool jazz guitar improvisation. That's what it's all about, you know. I'm personally a friend of playing a few notes and controlling time and space very well. That's why I really focus on this topic, also with all my jazz guitar students, which are private students, which I have. Many come, they think I can play a few things, but they never laid the foundation, and their phrasing is terrible when they start, mostly, and they don't know where they are in the tune. You know, these were now only 2 chords, which always repeat themselves. But what are you going to do when you have a lot of chords? You know, you need to even memorize that, and you have more scales and more alternative scales and stuff like that. But if you laid your foundation like this, then you will be able to master these upcoming difficulties way easier than with other methods, at least from my point of view. Good. One more to say. I wrote all exercises for you, plus this backing track is available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there with a free member account, but in order to download the stuff, you need a premium member upgrade. There you can also ask for support. Get if you have any questions, you can get private lessons there. Of course, where we're gonna really work out your specific thing which you're working on. I mean, this is now a general view, but you know, some players have strengths there, or there, and you really need to work out it on any individual level. And especially in jazz, it's really hard to get a general concept, you know, because there are so many ways you can do, but this is something which I really can say, okay, this is a general concept, which, and even you're not playing many notes, it's really tough. I'm saying this is a basic improvisation concept, but that's the basic, that's the foundation which is needed. And from then on, you can start to create your own expression in jazz, you know. Good, that's all me and Dr. Pink are having to say. See you guys.